Good morning. My stomach is really sore, right? So yesterday I introduced hemp seeds into my diet and they are so delicious. I'm like, oh my goodness, they are so yummy. I had them with my vegetables and they kind of had this sesame seed kind of taste. They're high in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which I am not really getting from being more of a vegetarian these days. Sometimes I'll eat fish, but it's so rare. So I thought, you beauty, like I can get it from them. And honestly, like from last night and even now this morning, suddenly I'll just get like this sharp, like really bad pain, like underneath my diaphragm. Because everything else I ate yesterday is already things that I eat anyway, like nothing else is new. I actually had all intentions of making falafel because on the back of the hemp seed thing, it had hemp seed falafel, and I love falafel. It's like another obsession of mine. But when you buy falafel, most of the time, depending on where you get it, there are some places, like one of my favorite places, vegan Lebanese street food out in Bondi Beach, they bake it, but in most places they fry it. And I thought, you know what, I can make my own falafel at home because I can take out the coriander, take out the cumin, because they are two spices I don't really like, is cumin and coriander, and I can make my own kind of falafel. I could bake it or lightly pan fry it. I also had good intentions of doing a back workout outside today, but I'm not really feeling 100%, guys, like 100% in my tummy. And you know when you're not feeling 100% in your tummy, it's just things just are a little bit more effort. So if I'm going to go down and film, it's not just a matter of going down and filming. I got to take my tripod, I got to take my camera or my GoPro and film outside. And to be honest, my tummy's not feeling that crash hot. There is a recipe that I saw, and I've never done this. It's going to be a complete experiment for me, first time ever. But I saw it on this TV show called Good Chef, Bad Chef. And the Good Chef made these Ayurvedic pancakes, which is like Ayurvedic medicine is like Indian medicine. And it's like very minimal spices, like no flavor, very bland, but it's really good for the digestive system. So they made these pancakes out of chickpea flour, which I have, because that was what I was going to make. Obviously, you need to put some chickpea flour inside the falafel as well. And then some other things in there to make it like, it's really plain, guys. I'm just going to say, like, Ayurvedic medicine is really like bland. It's not like overly flavorsome, but it's really good for the digestive system. And if you ever go on these yoga retreats and stuff, like, you eat bland, plain food because it helps you connect with everything else rather than your body being distracted by too many spices. I'm just gonna say, when I'm feeling like my digestive system needs a bit of a flush, warm water with lemon. So lemon is acidic. We all know lemon is an acid, but once it hits the gut, it actually becomes alkaline in the gut. So when you're having lemon, if you have it like warm water first thing of the morning, it's amazing. Like, some things you can have first thing of the morning is apple cider vinegar in warm water, lemon in warm water, greens in warm water, chlorophyll in warm water. These are all things to kind of just flush the body, ready for the day. I've eaten breakfast already. Coffee is acidic and not really recommended for indigestion, but oh well. My tummy is kind of feeling like a little bit better, and it dawned on me when I was on my walk, I am totally getting calmer. So the other day I saw on TV this Australian woman. She went on this trip to Mexico and she fell in love with the hot sauce in Mexico. So she was like, oh my gosh, nothing compares to it, you know, all the store-bought ones and whatever. So she started to make her own, and she's got this like $1 million business. Anyway, I was like completely laughing about the name of the hottest one in her range. It's like a 12 out of 10 and uses the third most hottest chili in the entire world. Anyway, this is it. So I've been laughing about that for the past couple of days. So I like totally think that it's karma now, going, hey, you're like laughing at those people who are going to be like doing what that bottle says. Anyway, my stomach is like kind of feeling a little bit better. I'm kind of like in two minds if I'm going to be doing the falafel, which I don't really think so. I don't really feel like that now. My stomach is like, I'd love to, but I don't want to risk it. My little mixture, chickpea flour, baking soda, turmeric, and some Himalayan rock salt, some pink Himalayan rock salt. Am I going to do this or not? What am I going to do? I mean, it's a very bland kind of thing to eat. Chickpea flour, you can find it at your grocery store. Sometimes it's called BASEN flour. It's gluten-free. I got this particular one in the Indian section or the international section. And for today's experiment, I'm using some extra virgin olive oil spray. I have so many different kind of oils in my house. I've got grapeseed oil, I've got avocado oil, I've got coconut oil, I've got macadamia oil, I've got walnut oil, but I really feel like for today's cooking, it's going to be extra virgin olive oil, which is going to probably complement it the most, or coconut oil, but I don't know. I think I prefer to use this. Full of fiber, protein, carbs. My stomach is actually feeling a lot better, like really a lot better. And like this typically was not the kind of food that I would usually eat. I pretty much just had it in my mind to make that like turmeric thing, Ayurvedic, whatever, because even when you're sick, you still need to eat. You still need to replenish your energy. Now, look, if you are completely annihilated, like really bad gastro, like vomiting, diarrhea, of course you need to get it attended to because it can be dangerous if you over dehydrate. But you do need to get some calorie intake somehow. So that's why in hospital, if you are like that, they give you electrolytes, which has sugars in there. So you are getting energy, and you also don't want to end up in a catabolic state. So you're going to lose your muscles. So even though I was feeling like I don't feel like eating, I know I need to eat, and I know I still need to eat like a balanced diet. It wasn't that I wasn't hungry. It's like, well, kind of wasn't hungry, but I still need to eat. And actually I feel kind of better that I'm eating. But it's kind of like, you know, when you were sick as a kid, your mum would give you, well, maybe they didn't, but in like, if you had a responsible parent and you were sick, they would give you something dry, like dry toast or just crackers or something. Like the tea that is really good is ginger tea. Now, if you don't have ginger tea, even just some sliced ginger in some boiling water, and you can add some stevia or some lemon, or both, and lemon, stevia, honey, if you.
When my tummy started to feel better, I figured I might as well make like a sandwich, but instead of using bread or lettuce leaf, I used a purple cabbage leaf that I already had in the fridge, added some carrot, some tomato. Now tomato is acidic, so I only have it where my stomach felt better. Added some lemon into it, of course, you know, I felt better once I added that, and then I made some garlic mayonnaise, and then I added my fritters. Now that was absolutely perfect for once I felt better and I'm not wasting any food. Adding some more flavor in there, and it's also nutritionally balanced. So I got some fresh turmeric as well as fresh ginger. Now I am storing the rest into a jar. I like to keep my things inside a glass jar or a glass container inside the fridge rather than plastic. But I'm grating it all up and making a tea, which you're going to see at the end of this video exactly what I make, as well as some pineapple.
I finished my tea. In this tea, obviously, as I've made, it has turmeric in there. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Ginger, which is really good for the gut. I was going to put some mint in there, but I'm going to make a different, like just a peppermint tea, because I've got peppermint tea later, and I thought, oh, all right, if I just peppermint. I also added a little bit of stevia in here for some sweetness. If you don't feel like it's sweet, you can always add just like nothing, or water. All of these in here is really good for the gut, to help ease the gut. Now pineapple has an enzyme in there called bromelion. It's particularly found in the core of the pineapple. So when you're choosing a fruit, if you have indigestion, avoid citrus fruits. The citrus fruit, besides the lemon, which in the gut it turns alkaline, so the citrus fruits have higher acid. But obviously, like, you know, even an apple will have a higher acid content, and it might make you feel like a little bit bloated or gassy. Pineapple, however, because of the bromelain is anti-inflammatory, so it will help to ease your gut and reduce the inflammation in your gut. Another good fruit for the gut and the digestion is papaya, not pawpaw. I actually don't like pawpaw at all. I think it tastes like vomit, but I like papaya, and papaya is really good for the gut. So because it's non-caffeinated and is water, it will also contribute to your water daily intake. So when you're looking at foods which have a high acid content, you're obviously not going to drink soda, like soda water, and foods such as red meat, eggs, things that are more like, and I'm going to say this, and I promise you, like, not a crazy vegetarian, I'm not a crazy vegan. Yes, I am a new vegetarian, but I also eat fish sometimes. I also eat eggs, and I'm also like, the only time I don't really eat dairy is because it doesn't really sit right with me. But I'm not like and I'm not like a crazy vegetarian person that's just like, oh, you know, this is just me and my personal choice. But I will just say that the vegetarian and vegan foods are more alkaline and less acidic than the non-vegetarian foods. Meat does contain a higher level of acid in there and may also take longer to digest. Like red meat takes a long time to digest. It can sit in the gut for maybe 5 days. White meat, even chicken, can sit in the gut for like 3 days. Now, white meat is a lot easier to digest than red meat. That's why they say only have red meat once a week. I know, I used to go out and eat a 1 kilo steak. Like, I get it. I was a big carnivore before. Like, I totally get it. But in all honesty, red meat doesn't sit that well in the gut, and it takes a lot longer to process. I did the complete opposite today of what I was meant to do, and that was like, I went and had coffee, but I need my coffee. Please opt for like a tea, because coffee is actually acidic, whereas tea is alkaline. Even dairy milk, cow's milk, is actually more acidic, whereas vegan milk, like coconut, almond, cashew, whatever you want to go for, is alkaline. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give me the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification, and we'll see you next time.